Yeah. What is up? What is up? What is up? How is everybody doing today? Yes, it's your boy, Wildcard Mar in the building. I got the Coochie enthusiast, the one, the only Detroit man in the building.
What up, though?
Lord have mercy. As y'all know, this is nothing new. You know.
Hey, man, I be knocking my hobbies, nigga. Some people like photography. Some people like drawing. I like pussy.
Hey, man. You the bone collector?
Yes, sir.
I can't with your ass. No, this guy is always something else. But anyway, y'all know the deal, man. Like I said, Wildcard Mar in the building, Detroit Mail in the building. We here with another episode of I.O.W. Sports, episode 234. 234. We racking up them episodes, and we appreciate all the love and support that a lot of people have been giving us here at I.O.W. Sports, I.O.W. Sports Network. And man, you know what I've been loving? I've been loving that me and Mel, we starting to get back to I Often Wonder, which was our original podcast that pretty much kicked off everything. And we've been putting work back on our I Often Wonder podcast. So if anybody, I Often Wonder podcast was our original podcast that pretty much started our podcast craze. So check that out. That's more geared to social topics, talking about life, culture, entertainment, things of that nature. And then we got I.O.W. Sports, which is pertaining for our sports side. So please go on to YouTube and show some love to our I Often Wonder podcast as well. But y'all know the deal. Go on over to Facebook, Instagram, and most importantly, YouTube, where all our content is stored. Like, share, subscribe, hit those bell notifications, and on all three of those platforms, as I'm tongue-tied myself, all three of those platforms, I.O.W. Sports Network is the address for all three of those platforms of the Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channel. Then, of course, y'all can catch us on I.O.W. Sports 1 on Twitter. You can chop it up with me personally, the Wildcard Mar, KC Wildcard Mar on Twitter, Wildcard Mar on Facebook and Instagram. And Detroit Mail, he has still failed me, y'all. He still failed me. He still ain't got his own Twitter, and so we didn't see the booger woogers, the Chewbacca's, the sloths, the anything that has a big butt and an ugly face has been in our DMs.
Look, man, my degree of anonymity.
But no, y'all know the deal, man. All the social media platforms on the bottom of the screen. Please check them out. Like, share, subscribe, spread the word. What we got going on. We love what we do, and y'all motivate us. Our audience motivates us.
Don't say tag them in unless you talk about baseball.
Tag them in.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up. Oh, wait. So is this a non-low money management day?
It might be.
Because because we about to talk baseball, so unfortunately I don't know if you ready to come on or not, Boney.
Opening day, bro.
Does it do what? It
says opening day.
Yeah, it's opening day. What's up, MJ?
Baseball.
Matter of fact, speaking of opening day, me and MJ on the Late Night Owl show have been getting everybody. I can't with that guy. Me and MJ have been getting everybody geared and ready for opening day. So if you haven't been paying attention, please go to YouTube. Like I said, I.O.W. Sports Network, and check out the last few episodes that me and MJ have done. Because hey, MJ's getting y'all ready for baseball season because he's our baseball guy, and he has some interesting predictions. We had our way too early predictions on the last two episodes, and last night he dropped the how his playoff picture was set up, and I'm gonna go through it real quick. So,
oh yeah, I got your name, Matt T, for your show, man.
Oh, you got a name for Matt for your show?
Sports show with Jacko.
Sports Show with Jacko.
Tell you, man, that's it right there, bro.
I kind of like that.
That's it right there.
It's
I
different.
got your hit me up. I go ahead and do your logo and everything.
Oh, word. Hey, you hear that, MJ? Hey, we gonna get you ready, bro. But so listen to Matt's his predictions on his playoff format. So in the American League, he had the Yankees winning the East.
All right. No surprise.
He had the Astros winning the West.
All right, no surprise there.
He had the Guardians winning the Central.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I have no arguments there.
Then he had the Baltimore Orioles, the Seattle Mariners, and the Toronto Blue Jays as wild cards.
The Orioles. I ain't see what they got some prospects. I haven't seen what the Orioles did.
Well, the Orioles were pretty competitive last year for the majority of the year, and they weren't able to get past the Yankees or like that. But they were very competitive throughout the whole season. Stayed over 500. Matter of fact, a good portion of the AL East stayed over 500. It's pretty much the only Red Sox that was in the cellar last year, and then the Blue Jays kind of faded out. So, and then in the National League, he had the Padres winning the West. He had the Mets winning the East.
Okay.
He had the Cardinals winning the Central. All right, and I can't.
What up, man?
I can't. What's up, Ant? How you doing? He had the Dodgers as a wild card.
Okay.
He had the Braves as a wild card.
Okay. So the two top teams taking a step back.
Yeah, and he had listen to this, y'all, because a lot of baseball fans who love baseball are going to go crazy for this. He had the Chicago Cubs as a wild card. So,
oh wow,
yeah. So MJ was laying it out. We'll come back to that episode from last night. We're gonna come back to that in October because I got to see how spot on he was.
Right.
And it's funny because he sent me a picture tonight. One of the experts that's on. No, he said the manager, Mark DeRosa, who managed the Team USA in the World Baseball Classic, was on MLB Network, and his picks were pretty much on spot on with MJ's. The only difference that he had is instead of the Cubs, he had the Phillies. So, I was actually surprised.
I can see them interchanging. So
yeah. No, I was actually surprised that MJ didn't have the Phillies in there, seeing especially that they came off the World Series appearance last year to the Astros. But it makes sense because you're looking at Bryce Harper, who's going to miss a good chunk of this season. And you don't know how him missing a lot of action because you're going to miss, obviously, his bat. You're going to miss some of his defense that he does in the outfield. So who knows how the Phillies are going to look throughout the season. That's for sure.
They still got Jim Tomey.
Bro, they still got Jim Tomey, bro. We got some serious things. They be like, bro, I ain't got nobody else. So I just gonna rock with Jim Tomey.
Tomey got some bills you gotta pay.
But I love opening day. As you can see, I'm rocking the KC Monarchs Negro League Baseball vintage hat. I got my Kansas City Royals jersey on. This is like the only time I could really be excited as a Royals fan, because it's no longer 2014 or 2015, the last time we was worth a damn. So, hey, I'm gonna still support the squad. I
was pulling the Red Wings. I like fuck the Tigers.
No, I'm just saying because look, I'm not going overstate or put my emotions out there just to get crushed. I already know what it is.
Right.
With the Royals, man.
Because I'm even gonna put my Negro League hat on.
I just know what it is.
Take a step back for the Mets. Out of the two stack.
Okay. You talking about barring injuries and just overall talent on each team. Which hey, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, because how about your hat is white? It's a Negro League hat, but it's white. That's what you're saying.
Yo, I am not entertaining. I am not entertaining AP tonight. Today. Like, this shit is already getting ridiculous, dog. Like, y'all wild, man. But hey, what are your look? I know you said damn the Tigers, but come on, like let's be realistic. What are your expectations of first your home team, the Detroit Tigers, and I know you root for the Yankees too. So kind of give us your expectations for both teams, big homie.
Well, start with the Tigers, man. I don't know what they doing over there, man. It's like every year they make changes, but don't do shit with the changes. Mm-hmm. I said years ago, I'd have got with a Miggy while somebody wanted him.
Oh, a long time ago.
I said that years ago.
Yeah.
You could have got a big trade for him, got some young players in there, and now by this time you could be contending.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? When we first started this sports show about 3 years ago, and we came around the baseball season, that was one of the first things you said.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember this, like very vividly.
Right. Still saying it. You know what I'm saying? That I think that's one of their biggest mistakes right there. Well, the biggest mistake is when they allow Illich to buy the team. Monahan had the team. Monahan had them boys playing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Monahan put money into the team. It wasn't recently when Illich started trying to put money into it, but he was making he did now, but he was making bad decisions.
Yeah.
You know? And I think like holding on to Big as long as they did, some of the young talent they pick up, just mediocre talent, haven't don't make no blockbuster trades. Gone are the days of trying to win with like Whitaker and Trammell and stuff like that, like players nobody knew of, and all of a sudden they just kind of became big stars and stuff.
Yeah,
they played well as a team. Don't have to get some people, man.
Yeah.
I said about with the Pistons when Dumars was there, he tried to win with that formula with Trayvon. I'll say Trayvon Martin now.
But, I'm like, I don't remember Trayvon playing. I don't think he made it that far.
Then Zimmer messed up his career, but
yeah. And we
with Chauncey and all them, where you had like pretty I won't call it mediocre, but you know what I'm saying? They wasn't big name stars, but they played well as a team, defensive wise and everything. And he kept trying to use that same formula over and over again, and it was like outdated. So I think the same thing with the Tigers, man. They're doing the same thing. I would agree. When it comes to the Yankees, I agree with Matt saying I think they'll probably win their division easily. The Yankees always in contention.
Yeah.
Because they do the opposite of what the Tigers do.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, obviously they spend money. That's without a doubt. So you ain't gotta work that. They spend some bread.
It all. Right, Matt. Sweet Lou Whitaker, Kirk Gibson, Trammell. Senior Smoke when they had him as a pitcher. They had talent. The Tigers had talent at one time.
Yeah.
They had, then that 1 year when they went to the World Series and lost, they had Kenny Rogers. They wouldn't got a few names then, but then they got rid of. Look when they had Bonderman and they had Verlander. They had Scherzer. They had all them pitchers and they got rid of them.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what the Tigers.
It's crazy. It's crazy that you had Scherzer and Verlander in the same pitching staff.
Right.
Yeah, literally. Y'all had them in the same pitching staff and weren't able to keep them, weren't able to capitalize on, exactly what those two gentlemen are.
Bonderman he was starting to look like he was gonna do something. Then they traded to the Yankees and then they ain't hitting the ball no more.
Yeah, that is wild. Yeah, so it sounds like your expectations for the Tigers ain't too high.
Go Lions.
Is it football season yet?
Usually usually I'd be like, I can't wait for football. I don't want to see no football, but
yeah,
I'd rather see football than Detroit sports now.
It sounds like you're gonna be watching XFL and USFL.
For real. We got to talk about that later on too. But go ahead.
No, yeah, we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah. I forgot. Oh yeah. Tom Perkins. Yeah, they had. I mean, they had a squad. They had a team. Jack Morris. They let him go to Minnesota.
Yeah, y'all had some squads, bro. Y'all had some squads. It's wild because my expectations of the Royals look, and this is what's crazy. They do this to me every year. Man, they was looking good in spring training, bro. I was like, every time I look up, I'm getting alerts like Royals won again in spring training, and they really lost in spring training. So I don't put a lot of stock in that,
right?
But I can't ignore it because I've seen teams who have a hot spring training usually start the season hot, and it kind of determines the trajectory of where their season is going to go. So I'm not going to 100% like throw it out the window and be like, oh,
right.
It's opening is spring training, blah blah. It don't mean nothing, but to a certain extent, it kind of does. Because my thing is like, well, obviously, if you're star studded, if you got the Yankees lineup, you're not even giving a damn about spring training. You just make sure you get the reps. So it's not going to really determine how your season is going to look out. But I don't know, man. I want the Royals to at least hover around being 500. That's honestly, that's the only thing I can really ask for. Long are the days that we were one of the teams to beat in the AL Central. I mean, 2014 and 2015 is a long time ago now. We talking about almost 8 years ago. Yeah, like it's almost a decade, bro.
Right, dang. I remember that like yesterday.
Yeah, bro. How you think I feel? Like, I got let down one year. We was close to winning the World Championship, and then they won it the next year. So technically, I'm sitting here like, damn, man, we should have had 2 back-to-back. But
I think I feel the niggas went to the World Series and lost back-to-back. Like, at least win one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. MJ, I agree with you. Bobby Witt Jr. is going to be a stud. You can't forget about Salvador Perez, who's always been in the conversation as one of the best catchers in the game. Obviously, he was probably like a couple, maybe a notch below Yadier Molina for majority of his career. I mean, there's a lot of people that's going to be second best to Yadier Molina in catcher at the catcher position. So I'm not going to fault him for being second behind Yadier, but I will say this, that team isn't built like they were in 2014, 2015 when it comes to the how they roster-wise, talent-wise. A lot of talent got accumulated from the Royals being down in the dumps for so long, and then it finally maturated and came together as a solid team, and that's when you see them go on a run in 2014 and win it in 2015. But unfortunately, being a small market team, and this is what's crazy about baseball, when you're a small market team, you got to capitalize on a group of talent immediately. As in, when you got this core group of talented guys, you got to go all in. You're going to have to make a couple of trades to get a couple of more pieces, pick up some free agency players who got a little bit left in the tank that want to, ring chase. And you just got to go all in for it because baseball is different when it comes to major like NFL or NBA. Some of these small market teams, you're not bringing in as much revenue like the Yankees or the Dodgers or hell, like the Padres. Those 3 franchises are spending money like crazy. The Mets are spending money like crazy. When you're in a small market like the Royals in Kansas City, yeah, you got some money, but you ain't got money like the Yankees or the Padres or the Mets that got time to, pay or outbid anybody. Yeah, you got to strike while the fire is hot. You're absolutely right, MJ. You have to, you got to go all in, and you got to hope that you win it. And because after that window is done, you can't pay everybody. You can't continue to even have those same expectations when you built those teams like that. So big market teams reinvest in their product. Yeah, that's a true point, MJ. But the thing is like because they can afford it. It's hard. It's hard when you one of these small market teams in baseball and you ain't got the bread to keep that roster that got you the 2 straight World Series. The Royals couldn't afford it. They couldn't afford to keep Hosmer and Alex Gordon and Perez and all that core group and Lorenzo Cain couldn't keep them all together. You can't afford it. It is what it is. And that's why you see some of these small market teams at trade deadline. If they think they got a chance to win it, they're usually ones that are the buyers at the trade deadline to get a big name, and they'll be like, we'll give up some prospects. We'll give up the long term future of our team for the short term gain, just because we have this window and it's very slim and it's small, but we got to go get it. And hey, it's just built like that. Another part of baseball that I love is the MVP talks. Obviously, way too early to talk about it. But there's a guy that's already making a case, and he's picking up exactly where he left off. Take a look.
That one's driven to center field and deep. Yastrzemski back, still back, on the track, at the wall. See ya! He picks up where he left off. A home run for Judge. 1-0 Yanks.
Bruh, Kyle Yastrzemski still playing?
No, that's his.
And move to outfield?
No, that's his grandson, Stan Yastrzemski. I remember watching him.
Fucking must owe some money.
No, you right. No, that's his grandson, Yastrzemski. I remember seeing him in Norfolk. The couple of years I spent in Virginia Beach. I went to the Norfolk Tides game, and he was down there in the minors with the Norfolk Tides. So he said, "Bro, I was up off the couch hollering like, yeah, I don't blame you." So look, I know. There's a lot of people who's going to throw a lot of names out there for the way too early MVP prediction.
Give it to show you tiny.
Hey man,
we're gonna have the same discussion this year as we did last year. Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me, bro.
I have no doubt. I already know. Look, Aaron Judge is already making a case. Opening day, and he's the first one to hit a home run this year, and he is making a case early.
Man, he can hit 75 this year, still get it Shohei.
Oh no! If Aaron Judge hits 75 home runs, there's no way you can give it to Shohei Ohtani. The only way.
Somebody timestamp this.
Hey, but just hear me out. The only way that Shohei Ohtani can get that MVP trophy over Aaron Judge, if Aaron Judge hits 75 home runs, there's no way to give it to Ohtani. Ohtani would literally have to have like a under 1 ERA. He's going to have to hit for like 50 home runs. And he's going to have to be a Gold Glover. He's literally going to have to be excellent on the mound.
It's the same discussion we have, though, bro. And you too, MJ. Think about it. You say most valuable player. Aaron Judge is the most valuable player to that team. He showed it last year.
Of course.
Is Shohei Ohtani the most valuable player to the Angels? I don't think so. Is he a valuable player? Yes.
He is valuable, but
he's valuable, yes. But he's is he the most valuable player if you're comparing him to Judge? I don't think so. You saw what happened when Judge came out of the lineup last year, how the Yankees started to falter. When he came back, they got back on track. Yeah. So my thing is like you can see the difference when he's in and out of the lineup versus when Ohtani's in and out of the lineup. So how can you go ahead?
Well, I just for me personally, like. Like we always talk about MVP for each league, NFL, NBA, baseball, hockey, whatever. for me, when you say valuable, and I gotta harp on the word valuable.
Right.
I gotta harp on the word valuable. Aaron Judge was so valuable to the Yankees because we saw what the Yankees did last year.
Right.
He literally carried that team when players were in and out of the lineup. People were hurt. They weren't being consistent with their bats. They weren't being consistent with their play. He was the consistent for a majority of 162 games.
Right.
Now I know a lot of people gonna harp on the Aaron Judge for, kind of came up lame in the postseason, but I'm not gonna harp on him too bad because hell, the man just carried you for 100, almost 60 plus games. So hey, why don't y'all pick up the slack for him in the playoffs? That was just me. That was just my opinion last year. But when you look at Ohtani and you use the word valuable for MVP, most valuable player, how valuable are you when you're not playing and when you are playing on a team that is way below 500?
Right, and that's my point. To what Smitty was saying, I'll bring it up. Well, we bring it up because every year
we're going to have this conversation
when the talk starts. They start now.
Yeah,
and Aaron Judge is making a point for him being MVP again.
Mm-hmm.
We had this discussion. They're gonna throw Ohtani in there, and we like, why is he even getting it compared to what Aaron Judge means to this team?
You know why?
Until they change it, this conversation can constantly come up. Constantly.
You know what, Mel?
What's that?
It just came to me. Here's why Shohei Ohtani will always be in the conversation. And it has nothing to do with the fact that he's pitching and hitting. All right. Mm-hmm. So check me out, y'all. This is the true reason why Shohei Ohtani will forever be in the conversation of MVP. It's because he is only one player, for the most part, that is being publicized as being a pitcher and a hitter. He's the only one. So the public scrutiny, and you can already see the media is wanting him to be that. Right. Thank you, MJ. Right. That word that he just put in. Marketing. And that's my main point about Shohei Ohtani.
I agree with you, MJ, on both points.
You market not only do you market to a broader fan base of baseball internationally, because look at over in Japan where he's from. There's billions of people over in Japan.
Right.
MLB would be stupid not to find a way to tap into that market over there in Japan where they love baseball. They play it just as much as Americans. Right. They adore it just as much as Americans. I mean, they got their own Japanese baseball league. So when there's guys who can't cut it over here in the States, they go over to Japan. I mean, there's been plenty of American players that go over to Japan, and in fact, Trevor Bauer's over there right now. Trevor Bauer, who had the sexual assault allegations on him.
Yo, they'll be the Japanese hoes.
Konnichiwa, bitches.
Right.
So it's like he could get.
Fix my sushi.
Well, shut up. Oh, you want to see that roll?
Right. You know my rep, bitch. Make my sushi.
Yo, chill. So it's like you see cats like Trevor Bauer who has the talent, but a lot of teams that want to touch him because of his little situation. Yeah, charges were dropped, but just because charges are dropped don't mean people ain't gonna feel a certain type of way about you.
Right.
So he goes over to Japan. And so when you look at Shohei Ohtani, it's easy to market your product in his native land because there's going to be billions of people that relate to Shohei Ohtani.
Right. And I don't disagree with you. Just don't call it MVP. Call it something else.
Well, they should have a
problem. I don't have a problem with MLB doing that because from a business perspective, you need to market your product to reach more people to make more money. So I don't have a problem with that from a business perspective. But stop calling it MVP then. Call it something else.
Well,
I call the most marketable player or something. I don't know. Call it something different.
Most marketable player.
Call it the MVP.
Well, this is what they should do. They should separate them. Most valuable player to me is the ultimate award that you should get.
Oh, okay.
Then you should have obviously you got the Cy Young for the best pitcher. So then you should have a third one for best offensive player or best hitter or whatever you want to call it. Because you got to separate the two from most valuable player into a person who is just a big name and may not have the stats as the most valuable player, but they're not too far behind. But I don't know. That's just what we're going to be dealing with. Ohtani's name is going to get thrown in there for marketing reasons.
Oh yeah, always. It's always going to be there. He get his name get thrown and have more than his name on teammate.
Oh, then Mike Trout?
Yeah.
Here's my thing with Mike Trout. I love Mike Trout. I love what he does. But he also falls into the same trap with Ohtani. They're both on the same team. They both have won MVPs on trash-ass teams.
I don't disagree with you. My point is that, though, he's on the same team with Ohtani, and his name doesn't get brought up as much as Ohtani does.
Which is wild, right?
Which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to me.
Yeah, which is wild. No, best hitter isn't always the MVP. And the only reason why I say that is because look at Ohtani. He's in the MVP talks, and he's getting close to, beating out Aaron Judge, and he's not even the best hitter on his squad.
Right.
I would take Mike Trout's bat over Ohtani's bat any day. Any day.
Pause.
Damn. Big pause. Huge pause. Yeah. I wish we could go back on this live. Crash that out. You know what I'm saying? Whoa.
Hey, easy there, bro. Easy.
Whoa,
this is not a coming out party.
No, never coming out. I never went in. Shit. But no, man. There's always have these very interesting MLB debates. I think they're before we move on from MLB. Mm-hmm. So it's crazy that the Mets they're already dealing with injury issues. So obviously is the well-publicized injury to Edwin Diaz in the World Baseball Classic. That changes a lot. They just paid him. He was the he's pretty much the best closer in the Major League Baseball world right now. So you lose that. And then also Justin Verlander starts the season on the IL list already. Has a muscle strain in his pitching shoulder. Now they're not saying it's nothing serious, but for me, when you see Justin Verlander, who's up there in age, in his late 30s, he's always been a heat thrower. And when you're talking about muscle strain in your throwing shoulder,
right?
Like, I don't think that's nothing. I definitely think it's something. You talking about having that strain. It's probably almost like treated like a hamstring. You push it too hard, you might pop it again. But you're not going to be able to be your true self because you're worried about straining it again. So right. I think this is going to be a issue that he's going to deal with all season.
Facts.
So don't expect to see a lot of Justin Verlander. That's just me personally. That's how I feel about it. The older you get in age, your body don't bounce back like it do. It don't pop off like that. Hey, Pete, what's in that New York water?
Make good pieces, but not good players.
That piece is slamming up in New York, bro. Like, for real.
And water make good pieces, but not good players.
You wild. So let's transition from Major League Baseball to a little NBA. So this top play that we played last night was so good. I gotta play it again, man. Giannis, Greek freak, went crazy. Check this out.
Giannis with a double team, spins, hits, and takes all of that. Thank you very much.
And look at the nasty. He's usually the guy you see putting that tongue out. I've not seen Giannis use the fastest tongue, but he let everybody know it on that one. He rose up. He was patient, which has just been one of his greatest weapons And then two hands. And, oh, goodness. Little mean mug for everybody. Just letting them know. This is Milwaukee's night.
I just want to say, it's a good play, but nigga, you playing the Pacers. I think the G League or something.
Yeah.
You playing our Pacers, nigga.
Hey man, don't try to take away from my man Greek Freaks.
Hey man, I prefaced my statement saying it was a good play, but I'm saying, nigga, it's the Pacers. The motherfucking Pacers.
Hey man, hey, I don't think it would have mattered who it was. He was going to yam on somebody, bro. He was about to yam, jam. He was going to yoke on somebody. I don't think it really mattered who it was. So I bring this up, and me and MJ were talking about it last night.
Mm.
Look, Bucks look good, number 1 seed right now in the East. And last night, you got a surprise big game from Jrue Holiday. You got a big game from Jrue. Jrue dropped 51 last night. Oh my God! Say it. Go ahead, say it.
This motherfucker streaky. I mean, it's gonna happen.
No. I thought you was gonna say it. Motherfucker, it's the Pacers, dog.
Oh, that's coming afterwards. Gotta be patient, sir. Gotta be patient. Motherfucking Pacers.
Now go ahead. What did you gonna say though?
I'm saying, but Jrue Holiday, man. You know he's streaky. You know he had 50. He had 50 against the Pacers, and tomorrow he's gonna have 2. You know what I'm saying? That's what he does. He just disappears, go in and out, in and out. For real. That motherfucker like fucking. In and out, in and out.
I'm in, and sometimes I'm out.
Then go to sleep.
Oh, but no. So my biggest thing is like with them being number 1 seed in the East.
Mm.
You know, it's easy to sit here and say they're favorites, but my thing is I'm basing this off of Giannis. I'm not basing this off of anybody else on that squad.
Yeah. Mm. No doubt.
And so it's like, just like you said, and me and MJ alluded to this last night. Where's the consistent play from Jrue Holiday? Now, don't get me wrong. I think Jrue Holiday is a good defensive player. I believe, he's a good facilitator. He can rack up the assists, and he does play. He plays phenomenal defense. My only problem is when you're a point guard and you're on that team to help facilitate the scoring options.
Motherfucker, your title literally has point in it. You're not scoring there. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
He said your title literally has point in it.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna need you to do what's in your title.
Get some
points. Get some point, guard.
But it's not just him. It's not just him. We gotta throw Chris Middleton's ass in there too.
Middleton too.
Yeah.
And that's the thing though about the Bucks, man. My thing is like this. When you get into the playoffs and you start playing, when teams get into those series and they start doubling down on Giannis, that's when the other players need to step up.
Yeah.
And if they can't step up, they become hindrance more than they do anything else.
Yeah.
They become liabilities.
Yeah.
So that's my thing about the Bucks. The Bucks can be a favorite to win it. Don't get, you know what I'm saying? If everybody is on, they're almost unstoppable.
Yeah.
The problem is they're not consistent enough to do that. And that's where their weaknesses is the inconsistency.
Mm-hmm. Big
that's
time.
it. I like the fact, like I said, I pointed out, and we know no one likes my man, but we got a fact. They picked up my man. I don't know why I can't think of his name now. The white boy from Duke.
Grayson Allen.
Yeah. Thank you. I don't know why I can't think of his name. But anyway, I like the fact they picked up Grayson Allen. He's a good shooter. Mm-hmm. And he can help, but that means you only have Allen and Giannis. You still need the whole team to play.
Yeah. And
that's my whole thing about the Bucks, man.
Yeah. I like AP's comment right there. It's pretty much let Giannis go off and shut everybody else down and see where the cards fall. And I mean, that's to me, that's the best strategy.
That's all they can do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what other strategy you going to come up with?
Yeah.
First of all, Giannis, who, by the way, for me, MVP conversations between Giannis and Embiid. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? So, no disrespect to Jokic. I respect his game, but you know, I've been starting to look at him a little bit different. Shout out to Melvin Wall, Man Down Sports, that kind of broke down the analysis on Jokic. So I'm not taking away from his talent. It's just that when you have pretty much the offense flowing all through you, of course you're going to put up great numbers. I mean, the offense is intended to run through you, but it's crazy that he's, you know, got all these assist numbers up, and you have Javonte Murray. Like,
yeah, I understand that.
I'm pretty sure he's a good point guard, right?
I mean, you think about it, if they run it and let Murray run the point and let him facilitate. I mean, that's my thing about the NBA now. It's like we so statistic and award driven.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That it's like
analytics fucked up everything, bro.
And you're saying it's okay. Oh, so and so got this award, and I'm trying to get the most valuable player award. I'm trying to get this award, and they're so driven by that you taking away from what you can have as a team. And Denver is a good example of that. If you not start running the offense through him and let Murray run the offense and facilitate, you know, you'll be a better team. Because Jokic's gonna score. He a big body down there. He'll score.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, AP, come on, man.
AP,
it's Jokic's MVP award. Embiid won't come close to it. Embiid is right there. Look. Okay.
So wait a minute. So you saying Giannis not in either then, AP?
I hope AP, please.
He's saying
it's
Jokic's MVP award. So if it's his, I mean, you saying Giannis not getting either? Or should he be in the conversation at least?
Look, like I said, I'm not dissing on Jokic, but my thing is when literally you're taking away stats from another player on your team who is more than capable to do the job.
Right.
That's literally making it for you to get those stats, to get these triple doubles, to elevate you. Like, and this is what's crazy. So Mike Malone, the coach, keeps coming out and talking about, I can't stand the slander and all this about Jokic. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, this dude literally has won 2 MVPs. It's not no hate thrown towards Jokic. You know, the man has literally won 2 consecutive MVPs. The difference is that now people are literally not just, for me, and I can't speak for nobody else. When I look at an MVP player, like, it's cool that you doing all this stuff on the offensive side of the basketball court, but there's another side of the court you got to play. And I know Jokic is going to get rebounds, but for me, if I'm looking at defense, he's not better than Embiid on defense.
He's not. He's too stiff.
He's not
athletic enough.
And plus, I seen Jokic get bodied in the paint by big guys.
because he's slow and stiff. That's why.
Pounds and players like that. Hell, I seen Andre Drummond even have good games on damn Jokic. So
because he's slow and stiff. You know what I'm saying? It's like you do a quick turnaround. By the time he react, you at the basket.
Hey, what's stiffer? You on Blue Chew or Jokic?
I don't know. That's a toss-up.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, so that MVP conversation is going to happen for the next 3-4 weeks till they finally drop who's going to win the MVP award at NBA. So I mean, I love the debate. I love the conversation. I just, like, matter of fact, I was having a debate with a guy on Facebook in one of these groups the other day, and I was like, well, Embiid's to me is the perfect choice for MVP. He's like, no, mathematically and you know, stats wise,
you can't spell mathematically.
No, because the guy was giving me a debate based off of math. He wasn't giving me a debate about basketball. He was giving me, well, look at the analytics. Look Jokic just killing it in analytically in every category. I'm like, okay, no, talk basketball with me. Like you can't sit here and just say, oh, he's dominating analytically. Well, look at the way that they run the offense. It's geared for him to put up those types of numbers. I can't look. I'll respect it because you still have to play and you still got to, get the points, get the rebounds, get the assists. But when it's geared for you to do that, when you got a more than capable point guard, why do I need a center who's 7 foot? Why do I need him leading my team in assists? To me, that's crazy. Why? But no, I agree with you, AP. When you talk about stats, yeah, Jokic is killing it. I'm not going to take that away from him. But my thing is when you talk sports and you have these debates, you can't live and die by stats. God gave us 2 eyes, and he gave us purposely to see things. Like you should be able to see what you see and then use stats to back up what you saw. You can't use stats and numbers to just make a take and be like, I'm just going to roll with it. No, because if it's not matching up to what you're seeing, then what we talking about?
Yeah, I mean, stats is just your datum, your starting point. Use that as a jump off point, and then you have to break down those stats and see what is affecting those stats. Why is the stats this? Why is the stats that? And then you have a better nuanced conversation about a certain player. You can't just say, oh, well, he scores 50 points a game. Okay. Why is he scoring 50? Are they constantly feeding him the ball and no one else? Then of course he's going to score 50 points a game. Because that's is what affecting those particular stats. So stats by themselves, it's not the answer. It's a good starting point.
Yeah.
Which you go and start breaking it down.
It should be your foundation.
Yeah. Then you have a nuanced conversation about why this player is such and such. Yeah.
No, I'm right there with you, AP. His question is Westbrook a Hall of Fame and why he will be a Hall of Famer. Just that run he had with the triple doubles, that's going to put him in the Hall of Fame. Writers are going to go crazy over that. They're going to put him in just for that. I mean, it is what it is.
I don't think he's Hall of Fame.
Well, I mean, me personally,
I think he's a good player, but not a Hall of Fame.
I mean,
but see, here's another thing too. The Hall of Fame and stuff like that is not even like it used to be. It's not.
No. It's so diluted.
It should be. That should be like for the elite. So it should be like people always on the outside looking in, because it should be for the elite of the best, the cream of the crop. That's how the Hall of Fame should be of every sport. You start letting everybody in, then what's so precious about the Hall of Fame?
It's nothing. So to go back to Anthony's follow-up, he says, so he's a Hall of Fame because of stats? Yeah. I mean, because if you're going based off, so here's the deal. If we were going to restart the Hall of Fame for basketball and we just went off stats, there's a whole bunch of people that be in there. Now, if we actually went off of what you saw, how that basketball player played and how he was getting his stats, and I don't think Westbrook would be in, because I could pull up a lot of games where he was getting those triple doubles and he was getting cheap rebounds, cheap stats, literally taking away rebounds from his big guys when they were literally letting him have the rebounds to help him get these stats. So, and it's not a knock on them. Look, if your teammates want to help you get triple doubles, then so be it. But for me, when it comes to the purity of basketball, you got scorers who score and you got big guys who's supposed to rebound. Why would I go dipping and dabbing in their field just to make myself look good? That's all I'm saying. So, I mean, that's the only thing that to me bothers me about when you start throwing up all these stats. Like, how did you get them? Was it efficient? Was it actually something that did it naturally come to you if getting these triple doubles? Or were you just, I'm just gonna play 100 miles per hour and I'm gonna make sure I get all the rebounds, I get all the steals, assists, points.
Well, you're getting a lot of garbage points.
Yeah, like what are you doing playing in the fourth quarter and your team's down 20, and y'all got no chance of winning, but you still in there racking up stats? You stat padding. I don't care what nobody calls it. That's stat padding.
That's it.
And that's one thing that's why me personally, why I got Embiid at the front of the MVP race, because Look at what happens in some of these games. He'll get his numbers, and then
right, MJ.
And then he'll sit out for the fourth quarter because there's no point of you still being in there. Your team's going to get the victory. You done your job. It's for me. Hey, if I'm a basketball player, beginning of the game, I show up, I ball out for first 3 quarters. We got the lead well in hand. Hey, coach, man. Hey, man, get some of your reserves in here. Let them get some PT. I done my job. Sit down.
There you go.
What's the point of you still sitting in there in the fourth quarter? Either you up big or you're down big, and you still in the fourth quarter playing, grabbing stats. To me, that's the true definition of stat pattern. Because anything that you do right there is not going to affect the outcome of the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. So I mean,
that's the bottom line of your stats.
Oh yeah, but it helps. Well, also you got to look at it this way, because I'm pretty sure in some of these players' contracts, it's probably a milestone incentive based as well. You reach a certain point marker, you reach a certain stat marker, and you probably get paid over it. So I can see why you would. Hey man, I don't give a damn we losing or not. I'm going to get stats.
Right, I gotta get to the money.
I get this money, so I can see that as well. So I don't know, man. It's just me personally. I wouldn't do that, but Kevin Durant, KD. Me and MJ were talking about this last night. He returned last night to the Phoenix Suns lineup. They got a win, 107-100 over the Minnesota Timberwolves. And while me and MJ were talking about it, Kevin Durant actually he was like 2 for 10. Wasn't having a good game. He finished with 5 of 18, 2 for 4 from shooting, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and finished with only 16 points. So really didn't do a lot of damage. So obviously you can tell he was a little bit rusty, time missed, and things like that. So let me ask you this. With the question that me and MJ proposed last night, with Kevin Durant returning to the Phoenix Suns, does that make the Phoenix Suns the favorite in the West again?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, really?
Of course.
Oh, break this down.
I mean, Kevin Durant is a star player, bro. They already got a decent team without him. So he already elevates your team when he comes back. So yeah, they got to be at least in the conversation.
Okay. So you willing to go all in and say they are the favorite in the West right now?
Yes, I am.
Oh damn, man, you bold, man. Man, you okay? That's fair. I can see your train of thought going to this, but I propose this to you.
Man, look, all he need is to stay healthy.
That's
all he had to, that's the thing. If he stay healthy, all he had to do is stay healthy.
Yeah,
and slowly start easing his way back in, and you know what I'm saying, and get a perm. He good.
I like how you snuck that in there, dog. He said, "Get a perm," and he good. Hey, he needed perm, texturizer, all of it. He needs some. He got to loosen up them B2Bs, bro. Them feet tight, dog.
If I was that nigga, I would just cut my hair and go bald, man.
Just go bald.
You ain't combing it anyway. Yeah.
And Dez ain't putting on no lotion with his own ass. Yeah.
Right. Why you disagree, man?
Well, I actually disagree with you in this capacity.
Yeah, fuck you,
No, but here's why I give you some pushback. Reason why I say some pushback is because at the get some cheese Fritos from Big Rock. No, the reason why I push back is because you hit part of my take as in, man, I'm still worried about the injury issues with KD. I mean, the man missed some. First of all, when he got traded to Phoenix, he was already rehabbing the injury. So then when he made his debut, played a couple of games, and then we all saw the clip. The man does a post move and warm-ups, and then slips and twists his ankle, and then he misses a few weeks again. So he just now getting back. So I know Kevin Durant's talents. I know he's good, but you still gotta find a way to build that chemistry with your new team, which he just got to and still hasn't really played with them. So he still had to figure out how to play with Booker, how to play with CP3, how to play with DeAndre Ayton, and they all have to do the same in return, how to figure out how to play with KD.
Let me ask you this though. Wait, let me ask you this though.
Yeah.
Is Kevin Durant an elite talent?
Oh, without a doubt.
Okay. So elite talented players know how to get in there and make those adjustments on the fly.
They
Does
do.
it take a minute? Yeah, it may take a minute, but it ain't gonna take that long for elite talent as it do for mediocre and good talent.
Well, I agree with you. But the thing still is that maybe as elite as Kevin Durant is, and it's going to be probably an easier adjustment for him to play with a good talent like Booker and a decent talent in CP3 and a good talent in DeAndre Ayton. But they still have to, in turn, know how to play with him. You know, I mean, they gotta figure out how to you know, hey, we got Kevin Durant, one of the best players in the world right now. You know, you got to figure out how to play with him. And it goes to this. So when Kevin Durant went to Golden State, they formulated a way to play with Kevin Durant, as in Kevin Durant was the first scoring option. I don't care what nobody says. He was the first scoring option. It wasn't Steph. Go look at those teams. Steph, of course, Steph is still dangerous, but no, he was not the first scoring option on those teams with Kevin Durant on them. Kevin Durant was the first scoring option. I don't care what nobody said.
Right. And
then once they figured out, all right, let's figure out how to play off of Kevin Durant. Golden State found the formula, but that took some time, and they got some championships. But now, unfortunately, you got Kevin Durant before the trade deadline. He wasn't able to play because he was injured.
Right.
And you still haven't played a lot of games. They still played less than 10 games with Kevin Durant in the roster. So you don't have that luxury like the other teams ahead of them, like the Sacramento Kings, like the Memphis Grizzlies, like the Denver Nuggets, to already have that chemistry built into your roster yet. So that's the only thing that's drawn me back to saying that they're the favorite. And I'm about to kill you. I'm about to kill you with a take right now.
All right, go ahead.
And I had MJ going crazy on this last night. So
let me sit back in my chair for this book.
Here's another reason why the Suns won't be the favorite is because I think there's another team that should be the favorite in the West. And lo and behold, last night they
Please don't say the Lakers.
No. Okay. Come on. I look, I love my team, but I ain't stupid now. This team broke a playoff streak. They haven't made the playoffs since 2006. They clinched last night. Mark my words, the Sacramento Kings will come out the West. Sitting there right now, third seed. But here's what I'm sitting on this hill on why they're going to come out the West. I want everybody to pull out your phones, pull out your ESPN apps, whatever, basketball apps, and look at the standings. Not just the standings, but I want you to look at the win-loss record away from your home arena, away from your home city, and look at the win-loss record. Sacramento is above and beyond the best team that could win on the road in the West.
Okay.
And you know how it is. Come playoff time, it's cute to win at home, but you got to win on the road. And all these other Western teams in the conference, their away record ain't looking too pretty. You got some that are barely like 1 or 2 games over 500. Majority of them are under 500. Sacramento Kings are way above 500 on their away record. And I'm going to rock with that because winning on the road matters in the playoffs. It matters when you don't have that comfort of your own home, your own home fans, and being comfortable in your home arena. To me, that matters. And so I'm going to rock with the Kings, not the West.
Skip. Let me skip.
No, that was all. AP, you right. Records don't matter, but what I'm saying is, if you already have that I guess blueprint on how you got that record, you can translate that blueprint from the regular season to the playoffs on how
Look, man, you can have the Kings can have a blueprint. They can have a reasonable doubt. They have all that shit. They still.
I saw what you did there.
Ain't coming out the West, nigga.
I saw what you did. I didn't take you for a Jay-Z head. That's right.
Hey, man, I got knowledge of a lot of shit. Don't mean I like it.
I mean, hey, if my take is wrong, y'all know me. I'll be the first to come on here and set the record straight that I was completely wrong and blase, and I'll take my lumps. But for right now, look, I love what the Kings are doing. You got a good combination of Domantas Sabonis in the paint as your 5, and you got De'Aaron Fox as your point. So you got the combination of your high-low, your inside-outside threat right there. And then everything else is just the meat and potatoes that kind of helps bring it all together. And we got to give Mike Brown his props. To me, Mike Brown is coach of the year. Mike Brown is coach of the year.
Okay, I get that. Yeah, I mean, he can be in the running for that.
Yeah,
he got his team. He got the team playing.
Damn, AP man, AP man, hey man, the whole time since you've been following our show, man, you've been riding and talking shit to Mel. You'll talk your shit to nigga, and you left me alone the whole time you've been following us. But lately, dog, you've been kind of coming at me, pimp, and I don't know how I really feel about this, dog. I don't know how I really supposed to feel about this, man. Like, damn, AP, come on, man. So, man, am I crazy? Am I way off base with my take?
Crazy as fuck.
Man, damn you and AP, man. I'm joking out, man.
No, I get this. They Mike Brown got them boys playing. I give you that, and they may surprise a few teams, especially starting out. But come out the West, nigga.
Hey, man.
You making some hell of a leaps. You know what I'm saying? For real. They might get past the first round. Yeah, I give you that. Because they got them playing. They're gonna surprise some people. Everybody gonna think it's the Sacramento old. I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? I can ride with that.
Yeah.
I can't see them come out the West, man.
Because
you talk about going up against teams that are playoff veterans.
Yeah.
When it comes to the playoffs. And I like Ant alluded to, playoffs a whole different beast.
Yeah, and I agree with you.
You going into the playoffs against playoff vets. Y'all still rookies when it comes to playoffs.
Yeah, no playoffs.
Y'all ain't been in the playoffs since Mike Bibby was there.
Yeah, 06, bro.
You know, y'all talking about a drought. I like an old bitch ain't seen dick in a while.
Hey, but guess what? That old girl still know what to do with it though.
Yeah, she know. Yeah, she know what to do with it. Don't mean that shit ain't dry.
Hey man, y'all two ain't just gonna sit up here and shit on my damn take, man.
Man, it's been a crazy show. Mel keep arguing with me.
like, come on, man. I don't like what y'all doing to your boy today. But look,
hell is this?
I don't know. I don't even know who that is. So
I don't know. You ain't got your name up here, nigga. I can't.
But for the last 30 minutes of the show, let's transition to some other topics. Because I ain't gonna sit here and have you and AP just dissing on my take, man.
I knew what's coming. I was bracing myself.
You was bracing yourself? Oh yeah, come on. You know MJ is going to relate something to the teams and roots for it. He's like he's
another chance. Don't mess up NFL take.
Before we move on, real quick basketball take.
Go ahead.
So Becky Hammond, Greg Popovich, Dwayne Wade, Dirk Nowitzki, Pau Gasol, and Tony Parker are pretty much penciled in as your new inductees of Basketball Hall of Fame, and the rest will be announced Saturday during the Final Four.
Nigga, Tony Parker.
Hey man, don't hate on. Hey, that's we're gonna have to have that conversation another time because we can go in there.
Yeah, you already just fucked up takes. I'm trying another.
but hold on.
Tony Parker, nigga.
So no, I'm gonna hit y'all with a take that MJ started off and I finished it off last night.
All right,
so
go ahead.
we were talking about Greg Popovich and the legacy of him, and unfortunately, lately the Spurs haven't been able to reach that certain level that we're accustomed to when it comes to a Greg Popovich led team. And so we was like, maybe it's time for Popovich to walk away on high, get your Hall of Fame inductee, and then after this season, call it a done deal. So MJ started it, and he was like, "Oh, so Hall of Fame coach and Craig Popovich, if he potentially leaves the Spurs, wait, there's another Hall of Fame that's going in with him that used to be one of his underlings,
Becky Hammond
on his staff, Becky Hammond." So this is a shared take. This is a shared take. If Greg Popovich was to so happen to walk away from the Spurs after this season.
Hold that. I mean, go ahead. I can get my charge from my phone down. I'll be right back.
Yeah. With Popovich walking away from this, if he potentially walks away from the Spurs, both myself and MJ have agreed that Becky Hammond would be the best choice for the Spurs as their next coach. And here's what we came up with. So Becky Hammond, obviously doing her thing in the WNBA, being the coach that she is, the great coach she's being for the Las Vegas Aces down in WNBA. They just won a championship, and she's building something there. But here's my thing. You can easily put Becky Hammond in that position and she would be successful because she knows basketball. She knows basketball. And this is the case where it don't matter if she's a man or a woman. She just knows ball. She knows basketball. Becky Hammond has the track record that in the knowledge that she can teach a team and get a team to play basketball. And now that I think about it, it can work out in both ways. It can work out in the basketball aspect, as in the knowledge that she knows and getting the team to play, but also in the marketing side, because when you think of diverse hires, diverse people in positions that aren't normal in the NBA, Becky Hammond would be the best possible scenario to take over for Greg Popovich if he walks away. Now, please tell me y'all can't hate that take.
I can, but I won't.
Come on, man.
No, I don't disagree with you. I mean,
I'm proud today. God damn.
I think that on both aspects, she knows what she's doing. She's been there for a while. She's been on staff for a while. Been around that team for a while. So she not only does she know what she's doing from a coach's perspective, she's familiar with the team. She's familiar with the organization.
Yeah.
So slide her right in would be perfect.
Yeah.
And then from a marketing standpoint, they always talk about marketing stuff. Here's something you can market right here. A diverse hire. So yeah, I mean,
just think about it. Just think about all the, and it's crazy. I don't have no stats or any information to back this up, but I'm willing to bet that the female viewers of basketball probably watch more NBA than WNBA. So
I wonder about that. I have to look that up. I am curious about that.
I mean, I'm going out there on a limb without looking at stats. Going my thing out there in the opinion. It's because, I mean, let's be honest. If the WNBA wants to succeed, it has to be watched by women. I don't care what nobody say. The women aren't watching the WNBA product. They're not.
So?
I don't think they're watching the product.
I think if men watch it, they can succeed.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you're going to see more viewership probably from the male demographic because we watch sports.
Okay, I see what you said. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I just misunderstood what you're saying. Okay, yeah.
Because but I can even take it a step further. Did y'all just see who just became part owner of the Las Vegas Aces? Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Like that brings a viewership or people.
First off, a championship too.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that brings Tom Brady. Oh, he's invested in Aces. Oh well. Wait, if he's invested, let me go see what he's invested for.
For New Giselle. Say all you hoes can't be dykes.
I mean, cut the show out. We're done. We are absolutely. we are absolutely done.
Hey, which one y'all like dick?
AP, I personally had never bought a jersey or a WNBA
I
shirt.
almost bought a shock one.
But
Well,
what I have done is I've helped them with viewership. I watched the WNBA.
Yeah, I watched it, especially when Lisa Leslie was there.
Yeah,
I really watch it in.
Like I may not invest 100% fully into the WNBA like I do NFL or MLB or NBA. Like I got memorabilia for teams in those leagues, but you know, I'm doing what most people aren't, which is watching the product. You know,
increase is to play their games as on cards to the NBA. Yeah, Mel, but I mean, I think that's a good idea.
It's a good idea, but I think
you don't think. Oh, go ahead, Lauren.
No, go ahead.
If you don't think like if you can market it where how they market stuff to young players playing Little League, they tie that into say if it's Little League football, they tie that into the next level, and then they tie that into the next level. So you kind of getting that from a young adolescent on up, you kind of get into sports. So if you do that for the female the same way, because now you have an outlet. And for years you didn't have an outlet. You play Little League basketball. You might have played high school, college, and that was it.
You gotta go overseas.
Yeah, you gotta go overseas. Now you have an outlet. So if you can kind of market to those kids like that, I think that'll help your viewership. I think that'll help your viewership also.
Yeah. A Wildcat women's rugby shirt.
There you go. Because I don't have a problem. Like when Detroit had a team, I watched the shot. They won a couple championships with Bill. So I watched them. You know, and I was gonna go to a game a couple of times, but like I enjoy watching the shot. I enjoy watching WNBA. Do I like as much as the NBA? No, but I still enjoy it. Still watch it. You know, many times we say how much I like women's college basketball sometimes over the men.
Oh, speaking of women's college basketball, I have a true injustice that was done.
Go ahead.
So here's my deal. No disrespect to the Indiana coach.
The coach?
No, yeah, the coach for Indiana University.
Okay.
So Indiana's coach Terry Morin wins AP Coach of the Year. Now look.
Oh hell no!
Look, I get it. Indiana did some things in women's college basketball that they ain't never done or done in a long time. I get it. It's cool. But I am not going to ignore that Dawn Staley has those Lady Gamecocks at a perfect record and doing things that you see UConn do. Oriema do. When Gino Oriema
origami.
Yeah. When Gino was winning all those AP Coaches of the Year, it's because he had the best team in the league.
Right.
So apply that same strategy to this. Dawn Staley has the best college women's basketball team in the nation, bar none. So my thing is, you can't take away what she's done and for that roster and got them at such an elite level where in place has always been Gino Oriema and UConn. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally.
Really, man? Is that the analogy we're gonna give?
People who want steak will always choose real steak over impossible steak. But if you tell them they have to eat a piece of impossible steak before they got a real one, they will. I don't know where the hell Mel comes up with these analogies, bro.
But I agree with you on that though, Lamar. Here's the thing. If you look at let's go start with UConn, right? What Gino did over there.
Yeah.
If you look Google greatest women college basketball athletes. On that, if you look at the top 20,
they all probably gonna come from UConn.
Most of them come from UConn.
Yeah.
And then Tennessee has the most after that. That shows you how well that program was. Or it still is. I ain't gonna say was, it is. Now you look at what Don is doing over there in South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of building that same program
In the same mode.
and she's won one last year.
Yeah.
And she's back in contention this year. How do you give Indiana the coach? Or how do you give Indiana that coach the award? I understand that.
I don't know, man. I
She,
saw that today. I was like,
your
oh,
tiny
we
sister
talking
or
about
something?
Yo, shit. But no, when I saw that today, I'm like, what? Like you get that award over Don Staley? Like there was actually a person that was considered a better coach than Don Staley?
But all right, Mel, I don't disagree with you about that statement, but I don't think when I turn on, let me use me personally. When I turn on WNBA, I'm not looking at it as an alternative. I'm not looking at it as a comparison to the NBA. The NBA is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The WNBA is a different thing. Yeah, I know it's both basketball, but still, I look at it. That's how I look at it. I don't look at it as this is a something that's subjugated to the NBA. I just look at it as a different product, a totally different product. Okay. So when I turn it on, I'm watching the WNBA for the WNBA, not for a substitute to the NBA. So I don't compare them as apples and apples to me. That's just how I look at it.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's an interesting take. Just me personally, you know, if I want to watch basketball, I want to watch basketball. Obviously, I'm gonna start with the NBA, college basketball, and then maybe down the line WNBA. But you know, at the end of the day, I'm watching WNBA and women's college basketball because they can hoop. That's the only reason why
women college basketball.
Hey, they really hoop in women's college.
Really hooping. They can bring that product to WNBA. That'll be better.
Oh yeah.
It's just like when they get to WNBA, the whole thing just changes.
Yeah, it changes.
I don't know what it is. It's almost like I don't know. It's just not the same product. In college, I can watch that all day long. Yeah. When they get to the professional level, it's not the same. It's a totally different product. I know it's like that with every sport, but it's just like you still see some semblance of okay, college basketball to go to NBA. I can see some semblance of that. When I see WNBA to college, it's like two different products.
I can agree with you on that. But anyway, let's move on for the last little few minutes of the show. Let's just do some NFL talk. So the NFL is thinking about adding another game.
Well, you know I was coming.
To Thursday. So having 2 Thursday night games.
You know I was coming.
Yeah, but I don't know if I necessarily like it though.
Who the hell gonna stay up that late to watch the game?
So do what?
I'm not staying up that late to watch the second game. I might watch look at Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football comes on 9 o'clock. Sometimes I watch the whole game. Sometimes I don't. Depends on what time I got to be at work that day, next day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like now you're gonna throw an extra game on Thursday. Unless you bring in unless that game is going up. To be real, Mel, I don't think you watched the WWE.
Hey, you would be right, sir. You'll be right.
I can multitask, nigga. I can multitask.
Like,
I can watch ass and basketball.
Like,
half the niggas like dudes. I wonder how I'm looking at that for. Like who that nigga? Oh, I'm sorry. But go ahead.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of adding another Thursday game because
I'm not either.
Here's my thing. The reason why, because you old as Moses, man.
No, but seriously, you think about this. Like sometimes I get up at 3-4 o'clock in the morning, go to work. All right. If you watching a Thursday night game starts at 8 o'clock, the first game. The second game will come on like 10 or 11. By the time I watch the second game, I might as well stay up and go to work. Shit, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I think that's one thing they'll have to figure out. They're going to have to figure out the time slots for this. Because if you play it too early on the East Coast, you're going to miss out on viewership on the East Coast. If you play it too late, you're going to lose out viewership on the East Coast. So like if you, like I said, even if you play it too early, you're going to miss viewerships on the East Coast. You're also going to lose viewership on the West Coast because that's still in the middle.
Working.
Yeah, they're still working. And so if you play it too late, you're going to miss some viewership on the East, but you'll get viewership on the West because they're up. You know, I don't know. It's It says the only way it can work if the Thursday game starts at 3, then the second one at 8.
So yeah, early though, bro. People still at work.
That's still mad early though.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's gonna be rough, man. Like I said, you start the game at 7, maybe.
Yeah.
Cause then you can pull both games in. You know what I'm saying? And you can watch either the majority of the second one or almost all of it, because it'd be over by like 10 or 11 the second game.
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't go to bed till about 10 or 11 o'clock.
So I like MJ 6 and 9.
Yeah, that'll work.
You know what I'm saying? You should be able to get a football game in within 3 hours and start at at 6, and then go roll right into the next one at 9.
Right,
you
right.
know? I mean, because even on the East Coast, that 9 o'clock game, you can at least catch at least the first half.
You got most of that game.
Yeah.
It's like Monday Night Football game. So a lot of people watch the Monday Night Football game.
Oh yeah,
that starts at 9. So I mean, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah,
but I don't know, man. I mean, I think that if you're gonna do Thursday night, they gotta be great games too. It can't be no boring.
See, and that was going to be my next.
Sometimes, last couple of times, they just throwing some bold games on.
See, and
they need to flex the hell out them games.
That was going to be my main point about that is if you add the another game to Thursday, then we got to have some better matchups than what y'all been giving us. Don't stop throwing me Jacksonville and Houston on a Thursday.
Yeah,
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, let's say they give them massages on the field. We don't care about you.
and let's be honest, since they started the Thursday night games, can we honestly say that they've always given us some good matchups on Thursday?
But they when they first started doing it, started off as great games, and then slowly started morphing into this garbage we got now. You know, like they showing the Texans playing whoever. I don't even want to say Texans play nobody. Colts versus Texas. Who wants to see that? Unless you live in Indiana or live in Texas, who wants to see that game?
Nobody wants to see it. Like what was one of the worst matchups last year? The Colts and the Broncos. That game was absolutely
garbage. That's the one Russell Wilson kept throwing interception.
Well, no, him and Matt Ryan were throwing interceptions.
Yeah, I remember that game. I watched some of that game. I had to turn it off.
Oh my gosh, you talking about snooze? Turn this shit off, man. Hey, it's to the point where some of these Thursday games, I'm like, man, what are we doing? Like, man, put XFL on, man. Turn this shit
watch
off.
That. For real.
So
we already talked basketball. Where you been?
Yeah, we already talked basketball, man. You about almost. You didn't miss a whole 40-minute segment of basketball, bro. So, I mean, obviously, you're right. You should have seen this coming because they want the obviously the revenue to keep climbing. But you can't keep giving us shit ass matchups and thinking like, oh yeah, it's football. They're still gonna watch it, which unfortunately we're still gonna watch it to a certain degree, but we're gonna hate it.
Right.
We're gonna stop giving me these trash ass matchups with teams who nobody cares about it unless they're from that respective fan base. So
I like watching Amazon Prime where they show the stats.
I do
cool.
Like that. That
cool.
is something that is pretty dope that the NFL done with that partnership with Amazon Prime. So that's dope. But how long is that going to be able to hold you when you keep getting these trash matchups?
Yeah, because you get a trash matchup, the stats don't mean shit.
No, because you ain't gonna be
producing the.
Ain't gonna be too much production going on, man. look,
making up stuff.
Look. You know it's bad when the commentators got to find something to talk about.
You know, statistics say you wear long cleats.
No, it's wild, bro. Let me get. If we talk about Westbrook, we kind of mentioned him. We actually did.
What about him?
What about Westbrook?
Is he gonna be a Hall of Famer?
I mean, we had talked about that. So, you know, he balled out. He balled out last night. I mean,
every dog has his day.
Yeah, the sun shines on the dog's ass every now and then, like everybody else. So, I mean, But no, last topic that we going to touch on before we get out of here, because I want to get your opinion on this now.
What's that?
So I'm gonna break a scenario down. So you got an owner who's been we'll break it down. He's a POS. He's a piece of shit. Owner, made a lot of money, created a bad work environment.
Right.
Now it pretty much is going to sell the team, and it looks that way. He's going to sell the team. So, but this piece of shit has the potential to walk away with at least minimum of $6 billion of selling this team. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, we're talking about Daniel Snyder, owner of the Washington Commanders. Real piece of shit.
Team. Yeah, everybody, that's Ant's team.
Yeah, that's Ant-T. That's APT.
Right. Go ahead.
So just kind of give me your thoughts on the possibility of this man and his character issues and whatnot. But you got two bids from two different groups. One that is including Magic Johnson,
right,
that have already been approved. And there's going to be more bids that's going to be coming in as well. And the first two bids that have been approved are both $6 billion offers. And so the fact that there's going to be more bids that's going to be submitted, there's a potential that $6 billion might even get raised even a little bit higher. Now I can see a bidding war coming. So overall, how do you like the optics of a piece of shit guy like Danny Snyder still selling his team and walking away with that humongous amount of money?
Honestly, man, it's you got to separate business from morality. You know, business is business. I mean, you know, no matter how morally depraved he is, he's still a man that operates a business, and you really can't stop him from making his money. How's you gonna get him out of there? You can't get him out of there to snatch his team. Yeah, he has to sell it to get rid of it. So you can't stop him from making money. So it's nothing from an optical standpoint, or for the optics of it, rather. It's like it's nothing you can do about that. You know what I'm saying? Because either A, he's gonna sell the team or not sell the team.
Yeah.
You know, you can't go in there and snatch it from him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like he has to sell to get him out of there. Same thing with Donald Sterling.
Well, see right there. So we bring up Donald Sterling. He was forced out.
Yeah.
So my thing is like, how can the NFL not force him out? All they got to do is take it up to vote. You got 31 owners. You need 24 of them to say, "Hey, man, get this son bitch out of here."
Yeah, and maybe rules are different. I don't know what the NBA. I mean, NFL. I don't know what the NFL. You know, they owner. I don't know if it's not contract, but what they rules are. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what their rules are. Maybe it's in the rule to say the only way you can get out, you have to sell. I don't have that information, so that I can't really speak on that because I don't have that information. But I guess my thing is, what you gonna do?
Yeah,
you know, if it's in the rule book, they have to sell it to get out of it. That's the only thing you have to do. He's going, and then once my thing, he's a businessman. Once he leaves the team, he still be making money and doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
This
is me personally.
He's not going to change the way he is.
No,
because he is what he is. So he's gonna start another business or keep whatever business he got, other business he have, still run those and still doing the same thing. There's nothing you can do besides lock him up if he does something illegal. That's it.
Just me personally, I just think the NFL should have already forced him out because I don't see that much of a difference. I don't see that much of a difference of the radical behavior that he has that's different from Donald Sterling. That's all. Yeah, and so it's
not. But you're talking about NBA versus the NFL. We don't know the difference.
You're right.
And then to Matt's point too, you know what I'm saying, you don't know how much dirt the other owners have. So they probably just kind of like letting it play the way it play because they don't want to say too much.
Leave them alone.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you Pandora's box.
Right. Once you open that up, they start looking in your closet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Once those skeletons come out,
there might be a lot of dirt that might be coming out.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm willing to bet Jerry Jones' name gonna get brought up.
Right.
Hey, you know he don't want his name. Hey man, get me out these damn headlines.
He probably was at the Birmingham bombing.
Man, chill. I can't. All right, man. I'm glad we at the end of the show because this shit sounds like it needs to go away. Now you're right, AP. And that's to me, AP's point right here is the biggest thing on why I'm hating the optics of a piece of shit like him selling the team, where he spent $800 million to get it, and then now the market value is going to be in the billions. So, hey, man, I'm not mad at it.
Tell me what you do.
Honestly, man, it's. I don't think you have a right answer for it. You just got to.
You know what I'm saying? He's gonna make money.
Yeah, he's the team.
Money. Just if you look at it from the from a business standpoint, you put in this amount of money, your product grew. No, we can say we want about the Commanders. It's not, and I'm not even throwing shots at Ant. We can say what do you want to say about the Commanders? Well, they're a good team, bad team, whatever. The product still grew and made money.
Yeah, but that's being part of the bigger product of the NFL, not just based on the NFL.
I know what I'm saying, but it still grew. It still grew that you have to give him market value for what is owed.
I hear you. I mean,
it's his business.
Well, this is what I propose. NFL, get that motherfucker his $800 million back, and whatever profit was made, turn it around and put it into better health care, better all these little coalitions y'all keep coming up with.
Right.
Put them in there. So take $800 million out of the possible $7 to $8 billion he gonna get, and give him his $800 million back. Say, all right, yeah, fuck out of here. All that other money was made. We gonna recycle it back into the product.
I like it. I like a check too, nigga.
Hey, they damn sure should cut a check for us because there's been a lot of takes that we've had on the I.O.W. Sports Show that has ended up happening with the NFL. So
I'm like, he touched me too. Shit. I want to check, nigga. I want to check.
I can't, man. Oh my. Hey, and Goodell is eating too. This commissioner makes almost $40 million a year, bro.
Did they redo a contract? I saw.
They've already already have his contract.
Puppet on the string anyway. That's all he is.
Hey, he's a face. He's a face for the owners, man.
Right, that's all.
That's all. Anyway, y'all, man, great show today. Great show today. Appreciate all the love and support everybody's been dropping in here. The comments have been hilarious.
Mel here dropping nuggets.
Yeah, yeah. I'd rather you drop nuggets than tablets and but anyway, y'all know the deal, man. Going over to all our social media platforms, I.O.W. Sports Network for the Facebook, Instagram, and most importantly, the YouTube channel, Twitter, I.O.W. Sports 1. You can chop it with me personally. Twitter, Casey Wildcard Mar on Facebook and Instagram. D Nasty Detroit Mail Twitter accounts coming soon because he's got to get these booger woogers out of our I.O.W. Twitter DMs. This is just getting ridiculous, getting out of control.
Man, I'll bust that thing open.
Anyway, y'all, it's been real, man. Make sure y'all tune in tonight. Me and MJ gonna finish our end of the week I.O.W. Sports Late Night Alley Edition. So tune in tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, y'all make sure y'all come back Monday for episode 235, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm the Wild Card Mar. That is the Pussy Enthusiast Detroit Mail, and we are out. Peace and love, y'all.